Hi, we're here in Guangxi province in Nanning in the south of China, and we are going to see a number of interesting things around Nanning city, and our first stop is what looks like this massive greenhouse. So we're going to show you around, we're going to tell you a little bit more about what's going here before we then head on to our next location.
Seem to be a bit overdressed for a greenhouse, don't you, mate?
Yeah, well, I thought we were going to like an opening ceremony with all like a load of officials, but it seems to be not. So I dressed for the occasion, but I've got my.
You're not undressing, don't do that. Mate, people don't want to see you undressing.
I've got my t-shirt on underneath.
We don't want any of that, do we? No way.
So in this greenhouse, this massive greenhouse, one of the things they've got going on is they're growing these tomatoes, and I actually like cherry tomatoes, and they've given me a punnet, and I can pick as many as I want. I'm not going to go mad because I won't be able to eat them all.
A punnet? That's a funny word, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a very English word, I bet. A punnet. Normally you have punnets with strawberries, but I tell you what I'd really love, if I had a nice sharp cheese sandwich and a cheese and tomato sandwich, I'd be absolutely boss right now. You know,
that'd be nice.
It would really be really lovely. I miss like a good cheese and tomato sandwich, but I'm going to go for some because and they're really sweet. These are. Look, pop one in my mouth now. They're lovely. Oh, these are lovely, man. I'll try one.
I don't really like them just on their own, to be honest.
That's something really different in China. So in the UK, we have tomatoes, we classify them as salad. But here in China, they classify them as a fruit. So they'll often bring you like pineapple and stuff and tomatoes together.
Yeah, once we went to a city and they brought us a salad, which they made especially for us. And they had fruit on there, and then they had sliced tomato on top with like salad dressing. It weren't good, was it?
It was kind of weird. The sort of fruit and salad, it's all one here. They don't kind of distinguish like we do back in the UK, do they?
It's kind of funny.
So this is kind of cool as well, because they're making use of vertical space. And as you can see, you've got all these little seedlings in these kind of little polystyrene pots, and they will be fed with some sort of system. What I'll talk about a little bit is what's different about this greenhouse. So the company actually develops sort of technology to control the environment in greenhouses, and it's kind of done on a sort of hybrid hydroponic system. So you see here, this sort of puts a liquid food in, and there's a reservoir of water underneath these. So this is this will be a food, and these pots rest into there, and this is how they come. It's kind of like a liquid fertilizer which helps them to grow. But one of the main things is, you can see right over here, there's a big control panel, and this greenhouse is split into 5 different sections, and they can control the environment individually in those sections. So basically they monitor a number of different streams of data, like the humidity, the temperature, the CO2 levels, other levels of sort of stuff in the air. And then that gets sent back to a computer, and they can precisely control the environment. And you might ask why that is. And the reason that is if you want to grow some, especially in China, they have a lot of traditional Chinese medicine which is herb-based. And the conditions have to be very precise to grow those herbs, and that's basically what they are doing here. So as I say, this company then sells this technology to other people. You can build a place like this in the middle of a desert, in the middle of a city, places where you wouldn't normally be able to grow things, and you can grow it the same as you would in a place where you could. So this is really useful. You know, as I said earlier, it's divided into 5 zones, so you can grow different things in different zones. So you can pretty much grow anything you want in places where you wouldn't normally be able to grow stuff, and I think that's pretty cool. So this has a number of purposes. As you can see, it's moving, but this moves very, very slowly, and it passes the plants through the food water. But not only that, as it's going round, it gives even sunlight to all the layers of plants, so they all get an even sort of sunlight and an even amount of food fertilizer from the water.
Okay, so it's now evening, a lot of time has passed, but I'm just realizing how good the lighting is on this camera, even when it's like pretty much dark. Anyway, we're about to go see a dragon fruit farm. Now, a dragon fruit, I actually never saw one before I came to China, but it's like this purple pinkish fruit that is really well respected and loved here in China. Anyway, we're about to go to a dragon fruit farm because they've literally lit up the whole field and it's going to make a great drone shot. So just stay with us to the end of the video and have a look at this because it's pretty incredible.
So we are at what you could call a dragon fruit farm. A dragon fruit is something I don't see much in the UK, but it's a fruit with a very red inside, and this is kind of a farm that's been set up as like a cooperative, and it encompasses 35 villages now. 6-7 years ago, when those village households, before they started this, their average income was like 1,500 to 2,000 RMB per year. And now, sort of 6 or 7 years down the line, they've got involved in growing this dragon fruit, which is distributed all over China and soon to be exported. Some of the household income has gone up by as much as 20 times. So there's certain households now that are earning as much as 60,000 RMB a year. Now, although you may not think that's a great deal, if you're living in a sort of rural area in China, you'll have a home, you won't have a mortgage, you won't have rent to pay, you'll be growing vegetables, you'll be raising chickens. So actually 60,000 is quite a lot of money. And a lot of this has become possible because the Chinese government put infrastructure in the way of roads. So, you know, these villages can now grow stuff and get it distributed, which is something they couldn't do before those roads were put in.
Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Drive a faster car.
So that brings us to the end of our first day here in Nanning. We do hope you liked the video. We had a lot of fun making it and we learned a lot of new stuff. Give us a thumbs up if you did like it. Consider hitting that subscribe button. But as always, for now, take care.